Welcome to yet another episode with
Random Rants.
Random Rants. This is episode number 17.
17 or 18? 17.
17.
Yeah, okay.
And then today we thought because 17 is a special number with our 17 little princess.
Hey, I'm not even 17.
Oh, that's true. But your birthday is on the 17th. So today's episode is actually dedicated for you because actually we are going to have the talk. The talk.
Are you going to have the talk?
Yes, we are going to have the talk.
Okay.
Actually, maybe a little bit of context. So, throughout her upbringing, we've been giving her little doses of the talk appropriate for her age, what we think is appropriate for her age. So, her school year just finished in the Netherlands, and there was this.
The second day. No, it's
Yeah.
the first day of the summer.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that was yesterday. And
Not today.
I mean, today's the first day of the summer holidays, you're right. So, yesterday we found a situation where we thought, okay, it's maybe time to have the talk. So, we did a orange book session already, just me and Iya. And we also wrote down some things in our orange book. Maybe Bobby, can you show the orange book? Yeah. This is our orange book, just because it has a
Orange cover.
yeah, that's why we call it. So every day we pick some topics, or maybe whenever we feel like we pick some topics, and we've written here. Can you read the title?
SEX.
What is it called? How do you read this?
Sex.
Yes.
Sex.
And what is written here?
Let's just.
It's
just another topic.
yeah, it's just another topic. Right?
I can't read your handwriting.
Oh, I am sorry about that. So let's give this to Papa. So Papa, we've already covered some basics. So the intention is that, so she has just turned, how old are you?
8.
Yeah, so she has just turned 8 recently. And we, 8, that's 8. And we already had the talk, Papa, today. So we really want to, continue with this and add on to this and things like that. Maybe as a pre-background, maybe I can explain a little bit about what we've already discussed with you growing up here. So in the beginning, when she was really, really small, we didn't.
Like
we
how
never,
old?
I don't remember. 3, 4 years old or something. We never said sex, right? But we used another term. We used to call it
I don't remember.
big.
Big Bang?
Big kiss.
Big kiss. We used to call it big kiss. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other name that we used to call it. So yeah, so now recently I think we've started actually using the word sex instead of big kiss, because yeah.
And that was Big Bang.
I think in school also they cover the topic
Yeah,
at an appropriate level.
yeah,
already,
that's
already.
true. That's
So
very
already,
true.
yeah.
So in the Dutch system, that this topic is already covered, and
What do you mean by coward?
like for example, they have already taught you about good touch and bad touch and those kind of things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then we were also talking about, yeah, you also, I think even when you were 4 or something, we also started talking about how babies are made. And you remember we were watching a lot of videos and you used to even find them fascinating. Maybe can you explain a little bit about how babies are made?
Babies are made by SEX.
That's true, but what happens, like
So
how?
this is an egg. This is a sperm. Somehow the sperm comes to the egg. Then somehow they get combined, and then it starts in a tiny dot, and then it grows into a giant baby.
Giant baby.
Wow.
Oh,
Cause the dot was like this small,
the dot
and then
was
the
like that small.
giant, and then it becomes giant.
That big baby. You were this big baby when you were in mama's stomach.
This big.
That's big. You were this big. Ah, okay. So she already knew that maybe from, I don't know, 4 years old. Yeah, I think so. She already knew that part of things. Then she also knows a little bit about blood babu, maybe. Yeah, we call it blood babu. But we now know the proper name for it, right? What is the name for it?
Periods.
Periods, yes. So we-
Periods.
that's pyramids.
Yeah.
I think, is that what you meant? Because I'm also very visual. Periods.
Pyramids.
Okay, so we also covered blood vow and that it happens. Can it happen to only women or what do you think?
Only woman. Only female.
Female or anybody
Or
with
intersex.
intersex, trans. So anybody with the uterus and that reproductive part can have periods. So we also discussed about that.
Mhm.
So today's topic is primarily talking about a lot of things.
SEX.
Sex. You're allowed to say it as sex because it's just another.
Word.
Yeah.
It's just another topic. And
Also, the effort is just a word. Why can't you just say then?
no, that that is also true. It is also just another word. But most of the time, when people use that word, they mean it in a very disrespectful way. So that's why we say you shouldn't use that word because it really means very, very rude
But
things.
why would it make it like that if it's just a word?
That is true. That's a very valid question. What do you think, Bobby?
Sorry, what?
Why would they make it like that? Like
Why would they
why
make-
are some words?
Like the effort. Why would it make it like that? Why can't you say it? It's just a word.
It's just a word, yeah, but yeah, you shouldn't use it because people get offended easily.
Yeah, but why? Then why do you use it with that one?
It's just a few words that
Yeah.
can be offensive to people. So people say
Yeah.
use it carefully because
And-
you don't know if you're hurting somebody or not. So it's
Yeah.
more like a precaution.
And most of the time, yeah, maybe somebody started using it to somebody, and that person started using it to another person, and like everybody started using it. But you know, you shouldn't use it, but you know what it is if somebody else is telling you that. But if they are doing that, that is extremely, extremely
Bad.
bad, disrespectful. Okay, so Papa, now it's time. So earlier today, I asked Iya a few things. What do you know about sex, Iya? So she gave a few answers, so maybe we can read through it.
Should we read through it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what Ian knows about sex, yeah? So one is to make babies, person with egg
Yeah.
needs egg.
So in the beginning, she said, if you need to make babies, like the woman should have an egg. But then later she said it need not be a woman.
Mm.
It can also be, she keeps saying intersex, but I think she means trans woman because you just need a uterus.
Uterus, yeah.
Yeah, uterus is like the balloon kind of thing in mama's tummies.
I think that was the stomach.
Yeah, it's actually inside the stomach, whatever you call. The stomach is different where
Because
the
when
food
you
comes.
breathe in, then when you breathe out, it becomes like a balloon.
That is the tummy area indeed. But this is for the baby, okay? So, how do you say? So, any person with egg, with uterus, you don't even probably need the egg, at least the uterus, can make babies. So, that's an important thing because we are also connecting sex and childbearing. Okay. Then, what is the other thing that Ian knows about sex?
Yes, mentioned they need to be naked or almost naked.
That is also true. Yeah, people need to be naked to have sex. That's a good information.
You need love.
Dad.
Yeah. Slash. There is also a thing because
Yeah, slash is also the
Yeah.
stranger also okay,
So,
but
I think till last year, but that's my thing because I've been giving her only pieces of information.
Yeah.
You know, like piece by piece. So until last year, I was like, okay, you need to be in love, and it's safer if you're having sex with somebody. It has to be somebody you love and you can trust, and all that. But today, I think we also discussed that yes, it can also be with anybody, but the most important thing is the trust. Okay, yeah, the trust, and if possible, also the love part of it. Okay, then what is the year written?
same species.
Yeah, we were thinking it should be mostly with humans itself.
Or almost same. So
Or
like
almost same.
aliens.
And then we were like, if aliens are looking like us or something, maybe that's also very interesting. Yeah, good point. We don't know. So maybe in future we will end up
I think
having.
that could be the Marvel influence. I don't know.
Or I think it's the Avatar influence.
Avatar
Or
influence.
I
Yeah,
don't
could
know.
be.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. That's a good one, yeah. Then
You kiss on lips.
you kiss on lips. So
French.
yeah. So
French
today,
kiss, yeah.
today I explained to her that the kiss on the lips is called a French kiss.
But why? You're not French.
You're not French. That makes perfect sense. Yes.
Why did they call it French kiss if you're not from France?
Actually, I have no clue why it is like that. If you know the reason why French kiss is called French kiss, please put it in the comments below. Then she said,
Tongue in mouth.
to get the DNA.
To get the DNA.
This was
Well, that is the reason.
this was very, very intriguing for me. So, parents and older kids, you might know the real deal. I haven't told her yet, but she understands that somehow the DNA of both needs to be mixed. So, according to Eleanor, for the DNA exchange to happen, that's when the French kiss and the. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see how you're thinking. So, thank you for sharing this information with me. But to that is the only thing to which I told her no. That's the only thing which is not correct. And I also told her that I will explain it to her later because I need to give information
Piece by
bit
piece.
by bit. So for now, we are not gonna discuss that. Next.
Can't do in public. Or slash in the news.
I don't know why
Or
she
what
said
do you
that.
mean in the news?
She said that like you cannot do it in public, you can't come in the news and do it.
Yeah.
So it's basically to say if your sex needs to be done in a private situation, which is very, very good. Yeah.
Need a body.
Yeah.
Need a person.
Yeah.
You need a body.
So like machines, artificial intelligence.
Okay, like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a body to have sex. And then we were also discussing is it two people, but then we also said okay, it can be
They
body.
can be thousand, infinity, infinity,
Yeah.
infinity, 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 infinity.
I think Bobby is giving this expression that I only knew about it recently, and she's already talking about it. What are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
know. I mean, for her age, she knows quite a lot. Yeah, but that's also the time that we live in,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
in our life, we knew at a particular age. Our parents knew at a different age.
Yes.
Kids these days, given that they're exposed to so much of information, yes, kids from a young age, the moment they can sit, they see YouTube, yeah. So from that moment onward, basically they have information at their fingertips, and the society and everything. It's so fast moving and advanced, so you have no control about what information is shared, how much information is available out there, and who's grasping what. So
Yeah.
it's also good to understand where that level is, or where that
Absolutely.
meter is.
Yeah.
So you as a parent or guardian or somebody who cares can, okay, this is where the meter is.
Yeah.
So that you can also proactively understand, okay, should I correct that or should I intervene or
I
things like that.
love what you said because like for Eleanor, like we have tried to provide pieces of information mainly on need basis. It's more like did something happen where we think that it is better that we as parents talk to her about it, then we share that information. But maybe for your country or for your child's maturity in the sense that sexual maturity, like how much do they know already, what is being taught in school, what are they exposed to, what are their peers talking about, like so a lot of these factors completely vary. What are you as parents willing to say, that's also completely up to you. This is not like a recommendation, but we as parents are consciously looking into her development and what is happening in her life. And right now, like today, like we felt the need that it is time for the talk, for instance. And luckily we've been giving this pieces of information, so she's already a little bit, she is aware of it. I'm always impressed by how she thinks, and also about the gender inclusivity. That's also very, very surprising for me. But I'm very happy that you do that. Yeah. Okay. Now, who can you do it with? Dun, 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 dun.
The homeless.
Yeah. That one, yeah, you remember you were explaining it like case by case. I loved how you explained it. You remember I told you
How
when you
did she
did that?
do it?
Oh my god, it was fascinating. I was like, oh my.
I still remember.
Okay.
What did you say? I don't know. I wasn't there.
So, how to make it is you have to make the egg is if you want to make an egg and you don't want any surgery, then if you're a girl, you'll need a boy, and if you're a boy, you'll need a girl. And if you are a girl that likes a girl, then you will have to take the surgeries, but then there'll just be an
Surgery,
egg.
she means IVF and test tube babies and those kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah, there'll be an egg.
And then there's an egg, and then they take like a random sperm, then they mix it with the egg, and then they keep it back inside the stomach.
Wow.
Exactly. I was like,
Wow.
flabbergasted.
I learned this last year.
Flabbergasted.
That's a nice word, right? Flabbergasted.
Like
Mind
Gaston.
blown. Like Gaston. Yeah, so basically she was, the way she explained it to me at that point of time, to have sex, there are two things. First is if you want to make a baby. And then we are going to the subheadings of if you want to make a baby. If you want to make a baby, boy, girl, boy, trans, because I've also written intersex, trans, opposite, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing she was talking about lesbians. Like if you want, you can do it in an hospital, in an IVF. And it's like anybody, whatever gender partner you can do it with, except for chicken nuggets and chimpanzee.
Why chimpanzee? Why not chimpanzee?
She was trying to be
Yeah, okay. Chicken nuggets, I understand.
yeah, so you can't do it, like, no problem. Or yeah, like you can also have sex for, if you don't want babies.
For fun.
Yeah, you can
I
also
don't know how fun it is.
that you don't have to know now. Okay, so you can also
And you have to do it above 18.
that is very, very important. So that was the next question. When can you do it? You need to be at least 18 and above.
Or can you also do it in the birthday?
Huh?
The 18th birthday. Has someone even done that?
We don't know, but maybe. But as long as you are an adult, as long as you are an adult, and if you can make wise decision, because remember we said you cannot just have sex with anybody. It has to be the right people. It has to be a safe environment. It has to be a safe situation. It has to be somebody that you trust. Then it is, yeah. So you need to make those decisions. There's a lot of things associated with it, which I will be teaching you, yeah, baby, bit by bit. Because you can also, it has to be the right person, the right touch, good touch. Those kind of things are very, very important. It has to be with each other's permission. That is one of the most.
Consent is important.
Consent is very, very important. So all those things we will discuss, okay? Ia also had another question. Can you do it at 100? And we said the answer is yes. And then she said 101.
Yeah.
Possible.
If you're
Okay.
alive, it's okay.
So that is the information that she has right now.
Be so old, like grannies.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that old people cannot do anything, right? Like, we don't know. It's up to them. Anybody can do
But you
anything.
said only if they can move the body.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to be mobile.
That is true.
Yeah.
Not if you are like in a ventilator or something like that. You need to be conscious. That's more what I was meaning. You need to be conscious. Okay? Now, moving on to the next segment, I said Ia can have a rapid round of questions and then I can answer the questions. So, yes.
So here's first question: why does baby crawl to its mothers?
So Ia was thinking like when that process happens,
Now they come.
yeah, one of the partners needs to carry the zygote. Like that's what she's meaning. She's like, why is it the female? So the answer is ta-da-da-da-da.
the egg is bigger than sperm, and the person with the uterus.
Yeah, so I
Yes,
said I was trying to say the
baby.
mamas have the egg, but then I also had to correct myself because it's still an unconscious bias. So I'm using
Gets baby.
person with the uterus, they get the baby. Yeah, next question.
Imagine sex when rainbow came at New Year. I don't understand the question.
Oh, it was like she was like, "Are we allowed to do it?" Okay, this is come on. This is an 8-year-old with her own set of imaginations. So she's like, "Are we allowed to do it when rainbows come out or when it's a new year?" And yeah, so we said it doesn't matter. You can do it whenever, as long as there is consent. Yeah, and you trust the person. Yeah. Okay. Then we were also talking about, can you blow a balloon while having sex? That was another question. The answer is
Yeah, sure.
And you said you were gonna do it the next time.
I was like, don't you ask me. I was like, I've not tried it, but it's possible. I think it's possible, but let's verify. Okay. Then there was a question, can you play games while doing sex? And the answer to that one was also a yeah. Yes.
Can you eat chicken? Yeah, sure.
Can you eat chicken while? Yes, you can. You can. All those things are okay. Then this was an interesting question. This question number 6, I think. Yeah. Because what's the question?
Can you wear everything on? Maybe it'll be cold, winter, freeze.
Yeah. So the question was, do you really have to? Are you allowed to like wear things because
like a 10 jacket and 20 hats and 30 gloves and 100 shoes.
Yeah, maybe it's like really, really in the winter. So do you really have to? And the answer to that was maybe you need to either you need to be a little bit naked, but otherwise you have to go
to a hot spot,
to a hot, warmer place. Yes.
I just don't do it in the winter.
Parents, watch out. The advice is do not have sex in the winter time because why you have to get naked and remove the clothes, so that's not going to match with the winter temperature. That's a advice. We will take it under
advice.
You're a parent.
I'm a parent. Okay, I will take that under advisement. Then I was like just prompting her. I was like, okay, you can ask me more doubts. Whatever doubt you have, you can ask me, because I really wanted to understand what she's thinking, what level she's at. So that's why I said, okay, I will not explain things, but if you have questions, you can ask me. So I was like, ask me more doubts, whatever you have. And then this smart little one, she said, as a question, what are the doubts about sex? So she's like, what do normal people ask as doubts?
That's a bigger conversation, I think.
Yes. So then I did not answer that.
You tickled me instead.
I tickled you. That is true. Because you were too smart. Yes. Then the next question, Papa. Last question.
Can a cat be there or a dog?
So that was also an interesting question, and I think I answered.
Yes,
it is possible,
but not recommended.
But not recommended. So these were the questions we had on the topic, which is just another topic like food or plants or yourself or earlier we were talking about Eleanor. Today we were also talking about emotional regulation, right, Abel? Emotional regulation. Yes. So these were the discussions.
So I think the main point is don't be afraid to have the talk. Remove the taboo around the topic. Because your kids might know much more than what you assume. So don't assume. Have the talk, understand what level they are, and support them and help them grow.
Yeah.
Because things are going really fast, and it's much faster than what we had at our age. So just be cautious. So we're just taking that.
For us, is this baby watching this thing?
The baby is watching this baby.
We will put that in the disclaimer.
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe parents
Watch it with the parent, baby.
Yeah.
Watch it with the parent.
Maybe age appropriate, so at least
Yeah.
7, 8, or depending on your kid, at least that age. Yes, okay.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, what you said was like absolutely correct. Like, also, it's not just the technology or the changes, but it's also like, for me, I think the change is also Indian parenting versus Dutch parenting. Like, just the fact that we are living in Netherlands, surrounded by all this information and
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be living in Netherlands. No, like you said, now everybody has a phone
Information.
with a 5G connection on it, with a YouTube and access to everything.
yeah,
So things have become so much more easier or more free to get information,
yeah,
and it's extremely difficult for parents to have a handle.
yeah,
So
Yeah,
if you try to shut things down or close things down or say hush hush about these terms,
yeah,
it will not work.
yeah.
It will not work.
I know why.
So brave up and have the conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all.
I
I mean,
know.
this is again just our opinion. Huh? We're just like voicing our opinion. It's up to each one of you.
Absolutely. Yes. It really depends on your parenting style.
Don't talk to this the baby.
Okay. That's ES advisement. It's a very valid one. Maybe babies are not ready to
Understand.
understand this, right? So maybe they can start with the simpler things, less
Like what?
like
Like on McDonald's.
Old McDonald. Just the fact that I think maybe that's a good one. We have this book. In fact, it is a pride book where you're talking about family is love. What is the title of the book?
Oh yeah, that was a good book.
Love is family. We will put it in the comments below.
Yeah, that was a really
You
good
understand
book.
the book I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Last birthday or
yeah.
something, we put that
yeah,
in
It
the
was
description.
the message there was love is love.
Yeah.
So don't discriminate love.
Yeah.
That is basically
It was
the
a
topic of the book.
brilliant book because it was also showing that what kind of families can be there. It can be a mama and a mama, it can be a papa and a papa, it can be one mama alone, or everything is possible. Adopted parents are possible. So I think if you are interested in slowly starting with this education, maybe you can start by just talking about what family structure looks like. It's also possible that people can choose not to have kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
What were you choosing when you grow up? You were talking to me
I
about
would
something.
adopt a child.
You will adopt a child. When did you change your mind? I thought you were going to have a dog, a cat, and a fish.
I was gonna have them and a child.
And a child.
Adopt.
Okay. That's new to me, but I'm.
And at the age of 8,
Didn't
she
I
thinks.
tell you
At the
it
age of 8,
that
she thinks
months
she's gonna
ago?
adopt. That's fine.
Yes, but I
Didn't I
wasn't.
tell you that months ago?
Yeah, but I thought you were kidding at that point of time. But now I understand that this is the second time you're saying it, so I believe you. Yes, indeed. So we are also talking about, so start there. You can also start with basic things like good touch, bad touch, whom to, what to do, like how to, also just to be brave enough to come and talk to parents and teachers about anything.
And also give the confidence that they can come and talk to parents or
Yeah,
an adult in the family
yeah,
to
yeah.
express them, then hiding it.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah. So just that confidence itself will be a great start. So this is just what we have done in this situation, in this age, with whatever information we know as parents. And this is what we think is the right thing to do. But again, disclaimer, it's absolutely up to you how you want to talk to your child, and also what do you want to tell them. And with that, we are signing off. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you liked Iya's questions on the topic of sex. And that's it for now. Always stay
Love and above.
love and above.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.